I work all night on a drink of rum. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, 5, 6. How will that story get into print?
I guess Valerie Bryson felt the need for a little attention. So she went running to Nancy Carr, who thought that the story was so touching, the whole world should know that you're affair.
Yeah, but where did this photograph come from? That's what I want to know.
Well, I think your little friend studied under the paparazzi school of photojournalism.
Well, it's just a photograph of a man in bandages. It doesn't identify him in any way. It could be anybody.
Well, read it, darling, and have your hanky ready for the tears, because it is so romantic.
Oh, come on, baby.
Romeo and Juliet would seem like casual acquaintances next to you.
Well, you know what this is. It's just newspaper hype. They use it to sell newspapers. It doesn't mean a thing.
Oh, please, read it. See how cultured you are.
Shakespeare, Keats, Shelley. Well, it is true. I read quite a bit to pass the time when I was there.
Is that how you put the make on Valerie Bryson?
Oh, Raven, come on. I was stuck in a hospital for 2 months. Valerie Bryson was a diversion for me, nothing more.
Well, I'm not worried.
Oh, you've got no reason to.
But I am worried about her secret. Listen to this. Valerie Bryson last saw her faceless lieutenant some 3 years ago. 2 weeks after they said goodbye, the bandages that prevented her from seeing his face were removed. But to this day, she has no idea what face appeared. But now, there is a glimmer of hope that she will see Jim Diedrichson again face to face, if the speculation proves true that the ex-soldier is residing somewhere in the vicinity of Monticello. Now, why would they think that?
I don't know.
I think they want to find Jim Diedrichson. And if they want to find him, they just might find Jefferson Brown. What if this article starts off some sort of massive manhunt?
Don't worry about it, Angel.
How can you be so calm? Everything could be ruined.
Use your common sense. No one knows what Jim Diedrichson looks like. And you can believe me, he's not about to come forward and announce his presence.
I just hope you covered your tracks.
Jim Diedrichson is someone who is not going to be found. You look at the newspaper tomorrow and it'll be full of other human interest stories. Jim Diedrichson will be old news.
I just hope you're right.
This is quite a touching story.
Yeah, it turned out pretty well.
Do you really think you'll see your faceless lieutenant again?
Carlo, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
You know, this might be good for business. People may come to the Crown Studios just to see the famous Valerie Bryson.
I didn't mean to become a household word. Oh, Carlo, do you think it was a mistake? My letting him publish this story?
You had a reason, didn't you? You wanted to see your friend again, I'm sure.
Yeah, if only out of curiosity.
Nothing more than that.
No. I got over my feelings for Jim a long time ago.
Out of sight, out of mind. Works that way sometimes. But it's surprising how feelings can come rushing back when you see someone again. Someone you really cared for.
Martine, I can't help but feel that somewhere along the line I've hurt you. You did not steal my lover, if that's what you think. You merely fell in love with someone that I once cared for very much, that's all. Is it really over between you and Gavin? What existed between Gavin and I was just a dream. Martine, what I have with Gavin, I don't want it to be a dream. I want it to be real. I hope it is real, Judy. Your happiness means a lot to me. And I want it to be forever. Or is that asking for too much? Forever is a very long time, Judy. Do you think I'm being naive? I I hope your relationship is going to be forever if that's what you want. But if it's not, you should be happy with what you get now. Live for the moment. Get everything you can out of the time you have to spend together. This way, even if it does end, you can look back with no regrets.
Sounds like very good advice.
There is something to be taken from every relationship.
Is that how you feel?
You know, Gavin helped me to grow as a person. And in a funny way, I don't regret the time I spent with Skylar Whitney.
What about Collier Wells? Do you regret him?
Collier Wells was a boy, disguised as a man. A little more maturity on his part, and mine as well, I suppose. And we might have been able to make it work.
I'm sorry it turned out the way it did.
Can I tell you something?
Of course you can.
I think of Collier every day. He's with me all the time.
So you do have regrets?
There are exceptions for every rule, especially those I make up.
You still love him, don't you?
Maybe I could. If I ever found him again.
You have been at me all night about that gun. Now, you gonna let me at least drink my beer in peace?
No. Now that you've stuffed yourself sufficiently, there's only one thing to do. That's go back to the studio, get that silly pea shooter of yours, and walk off this meal and throw it in the river.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna take a moonlit walk with you down by the river. You're not my type.
That is not funny, Gavin. Look, you have got to get rid of this pistol, and the sooner the better.
Look, buddy, I appreciate your concern. I don't like having the gun around any more than you.
Then why don't you get rid of it?
I can't.
Why not?
I need it.
Oh, Gavin Wiley, mild-mannered dance instructor, suddenly needs to carry firearms?
That's right. I need it to protect myself.
That's what guys like me are for, remember?
Look, maybe if you'd been through what I've been through, you'd understand. I still wake up nights in a cold sweat thinking about what Gunther did to me in that alley. He's not going to do it again.
Oh, so now you think if you had a weapon with you, it would have been any different?
I don't know. I would have put up a good fight, I can tell you that.
Gavin, it probably would have turned out a whole lot worse.
Who knows? Who knows? It's ancient history, Calvin. But I do feel better having a gun in the studio after Gunther's threat.
Okay? Hey. Okay, have it your way. Just don't say you haven't been warned. Okay, so no walk by the river. So what are you going to do tonight?
I don't know. I thought I'd give Jody a call later, see if I can help her babysit.
Babysit, huh? I remember I used to call it that.
What are you going to do?
Oh, no, there isn't anybody in town for me to call. Or, just maybe there is.
I've already been through today's mail, Marcus, so why don't you just put that thing down?
Any checks in that mail, lady?
You'll only make it worse for yourself.
My problem's gonna be over just as soon as you give me some money so I can blow this town.
You know, you've got one hell of a nerve. You already stuck me with a $10,000 bail bond.
So what's a few more bucks between friends? Fork over some more cash, put on my tab.
Marcus, you've got to give yourself up.
Thanks for the suggestion.
They'll catch you, you know that.
I got friends who'll take care of me. All I got to do is get to them.
If you run away now, you'll be running for the rest of your life.
If I don't run away, I'm good for a nice long stretch. Yeah, the rent is right, but everything about the deal stinks. So no thank you, lady.
You know, I might be able to work something out with the DA. He's a friend of mine. It might not be so bad for you.
If you don't give me some money right now, you ain't gonna have to worry about paying back no $10,000 or anything else, because you're gonna be one dead lawyer.
Marcus, this escape plan of yours isn't going to work. Face it and give yourself up.
I'm not going back to jail. No way. Come on, you're supposed to be one of those smart college ladies. You figured out how to get your hands on that 10 grand. Might have enough brains in that pretty head to figure out how to get some more.
Don't you know anything about the bail bond system? That was not my $10,000.
Whose was it then? The Tooth Fairy?
I went to a bail bondsman. All I had to do was to put up 10% of that money, and I had to borrow that from a friend. But if you skip town, I'll have to pay back the entire amount, and believe me, I'll be paying it back for years.
Yeah, not as many years as they'll put me away for if I don't run away.
You don't know that.
Look, I did mug that lady. That's good for 5 years stretching the joint for sure. Now, don't answer it.
I've got to.
No, you don't.
Now, look, Marcus, I had a date tonight, and my boyfriend is a cop. Now, I was supposed to meet him downstairs right about now. If I don't answer that phone, he's going to worry about me, and he might come up here. Now, you don't want that kind of trouble, now, do you?
All right, answer. Tell him you got to work late.
Scott and Nelson, attorneys at law, Dee Dee Bannister speaking.
My. Don't you sound official this evening?
Hello, Calvin.
Hi. I called your apartment, but I didn't get any answers, so I figured a legal crusader like yourself is probably burning the midnight oil.
Yes, I am pretty busy right now.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about all work and no play. Listen, why don't you let me drag you away from those briefs and subpoenas and stuff, and let's go out and see a movie.
I don't think I can make it tonight, Calvin.
Oh, come on, you can even pick the picture. I'll treat. You have to buy the popcorn, but what could be fairer?
I'm very selective when it comes to movies.
Yeah, so, okay.
The only movie I would even consider seeing tonight is The Beatles' second picture.
The what?
You know, The Beatles' second picture. It's that or nothing, Calvin. Goodbye. There, I think that got rid of him.
Hi, baby, what's shaking?
Sid, you like the Beatles?
Yeah, crazy about what?
I was just trying to figure out the title of one of their movies.
Hard Day's Night, that's the first one.
Yeah, no, it's the second. What's the title of the second one?
The second one. La 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 la, yellow submarine, la la dee da da da. Oh, wait. I know. Ya da 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 da. Help! I need somebody. Help!
Hello.
Kelly, hi. Well, you're right on time.
Wow, how about that? Must have been the first thing I've done right today.
Oh, did you have a rough day?
I just haven't been able to focus my attention on anything I've been doing. My mind's been wandering a lot.
Well, what's the matter?
It was more difficult than I thought reading this story about you and Jim.
You're just being silly. My relationship with Jim ended 3 years ago.
I hate to say this, but I hope this article doesn't produce the results that it's supposed to. I hate to see the former faceless wonder show up without those wrappings.
Well, you're really uptight about this, aren't you?
A reunion between you and the lieutenant might produce a tremendous follow-up article for Nancy, but I'd hate to see it happen.
Well, I'm flattered to hear that. But I'll tell you something, Mr. McGrath. You have no competition, okay? Let's drop the whole subject and just go out and have a good time tonight.
You got yourself a deal.
I gotta lock up. Let me get my keys.
Okay. No matter what you say, you must still be curious a little.
About what?
About what Jim Dietrichson would look like in this picture without those bandages on.
I thought we weren't going to talk about that anymore. But you're right, I would.
Well, who knows? You might find out.
You want to do something funny, Kelly?
Sure, I could use a good laugh right now.
It's occurred to me that I've heard Jim's voice somewhere lately. I just wish I could remember where it was.
Well, he has been on your mind a lot lately. You know, the power of suggestion can do strange things.
But I'm not imagining, Kelly. I know I've heard it somewhere.
So, Valerie, you're trying to find Jim Dietrichson, huh? Well, we're just going to have to do something about that. How you doing, boss? Where the hell have you been, Gunther?
Out.
What kind of an answer is that?
Well, now, don't get your feathers all ruffled. I have been taking care of business.
Really, huh?
Well, I'm all set, boss. I mean, I have my affairs in order, and I am all set to be killed. I dropped by the Wiley Dance Studio this evening. Twinkle Toes was out, so I let myself in, if you know what I mean. I mean, that lock was just like butter. And I found this little pop gun, and I took these out. voila.
Gunther, for God's sake, don't be a fool.
Huh? What's your problem?
Mrs. Whitney is in the house. How would you like for her to see these, Gunther? For God's sakes, try to be a little bit careful, will you?
Well, I was careful. I was careful enough to make sure there's nothing but blanks in Wiley's gun. I mean, when he shoots me, he ain't gonna hit a thing.
Good work, huh?
And, when he pulls that trigger, something very interesting is gonna happen. Would you like to see?
See what?
Shoot me.
What?
Right now. Now, come on.
I'm in no mood for games, Gunther.
Now, put your little finger on like a six-shooter right there and pump me full of lead. Come on. Come on, just do it. Shoot me. Come on. Just one little bitty shot. Shoot me.
Bang.
Ah. You got me.
How did you do that?
It's just like in Hollywood, Mr. Whitney. See that? You put a little bag under your shirt with some red ink in it, you squeeze it, instant blood. I guess I better get myself cleaned up.
You sound like you're really enjoying this project, Gunther.
I'll tell you what I'm enjoying, Mr. Whitney. I'm thinking about that $500,000 that you promised me. I'm thinking about that tropical island I'm going to. Miles and miles of pink-white beaches, incredibly blue skies, and beautiful girls with nothing more but suntans on them.
Now you sound like a travel folder.
My life is going to be a travel folder, Mr. Whitney. Now, about that money.
Yeah, as I told you, I'm going to the bank first thing tomorrow. I'll get the money out of the bank, and I think we should move at our first available opportunity.
I'm thinking about moving tonight.
What?
Yeah. Wiley's always hanging around late at the studio. Thought I might drive by and see what's happening. Sooner the better, right?
Yeah, sooner the better.
Kavanaugh residence till tomorrow. Yes, Gavin, she's right here. Hold on. It's for you.
Gavin, hi.
Hi, how's the packing going?
Oh, we're just about finished. Where are you, in the studio?
No, Miss Sid's. I had a bite to eat with Calvin, but he had to rush out. And I have to eat my dessert all by myself.
Oh, you poor baby. Well, make sure it's something gooey and delicious so you won't mind as much.
Well, I wouldn't have to eat dessert if you were here. You sure there isn't any chance that we can see each other tonight?
I wish there was, but, well, I promised Miles and Nicole I'd babysit for Adam so they could go out to dinner.
Jody, you didn't tell me you had a date with Gavin.
No, I didn't. Gavin, I'm sorry. You know how it is. I mean, tonight's the last night in the house, and the place is a mess, and I think Miles and Nicole should get out for a while.
Gavin, hold on for a second. Personally, I think that Jody is the one who needs the company tonight. Now, is there any chance of a last-minute babysitter?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. I talked to Mrs. Goodman's niece this morning, and she said she'd be available anytime.
No, you don't have to do that. It isn't fair.
Jody, you tell Gavin that you will meet him.
All right. Gavin, they said that they are absolutely twisting my arm.
We are twisting your arm, Gavin.
And they didn't have to twist too hard.
Good. Can you meet me at the studio?
Sure. I'll see you in a little while. Bye-bye. Excuse me, I have to get ready.
I'll call the babysitter.
Well, did you change your mind about dessert?
Yeah. What have you got that's gooey and delicious?
Well, your mood has certainly improved since Calvin left. Hey, what was all that about anyway?
What all about?
That little game of trivia I played with your friend when he got off the phone. He wanted to know if I knew the name of the second Beatles film.
What a bizarre question. Did you give him the answer?
Yeah, sure. It was Help, I Need Some... Anyway, as soon as I told him, he dashed out of the place like it was on fire.
Don't jive me, lady. I know you got money. You got lots of money, and I need some of it fast.
Marcus, you're an ingrate. I took your case for almost no fee at all, and I stuck my neck out to get that bail bond for you. And now you tell me that you're going to jump bail and stick me for the money?
It's better than me getting stuck in jail.
And you have the nerve to come here and ask me for more money?
I got to get away. I asked my old lady for the money, but like you said, she's dead broke.
And you'll break her heart if you do this.
Don't talk to me about breaking no hearts. I'm gonna break some heads if you don't give me some cash.
Well, where am I gonna get it? Here's my purse. Here. Take it. Take everything that's in it. And even if I had money in the bank, which I don't, they're all closed at night, in case you didn't know.
You got as much as the old lady. You better come up with another way. And like now, because I'm not fooling around. Now, you give me some money, I'll kill you. Did you hear me? I said I'd kill you.
Now, just take it easy, Marcus. It doesn't pay to get excited.
I'm not excited, lady. I just want you to know that I mean business. You think of something, huh?
Like what?
What's in this desk?
There's nothing in here but some old papers, some paper clips, some candy.
Well, open it, let's see.
See, there's nothing in there.
What about those other drawers? Open them.
See, there's nothing in there either.
All right, police officer, hold. Come on now, just put that knife down, Sonny.
You put the gun down. Do you hear me, cop? I said drop the gun.
All right, we'll make a deal.
Calvin, please.
I'll put the gun down. You put the knife down. And we'll talk about it nice and calm, all right?
Don't put it down, cop. I told you to drop it. On the floor.
Calvin, please.
Yeah, okay. Anything you say, here you go. Now, how's that, huh? All right, now, somebody wants to tell me what's going on here?
He's my client.
Your client? Uh-huh. What's the matter, Sonny? Can't you afford the fee?
Better stop calling me Sonny. Your lady friend's gonna get hurt.
Okay, just take it easy. There's no need for anybody to get hurt. I mean, if you two are having some sort of legal dispute, I can negotiate it with you, huh? Why don't you just put that thing down and we can talk?
He doesn't want to talk, Calvin. He wants money.
Is he really a cop?
Yeah, you want to see my badge? It's right here in my wallet with my money.
Toss it to me.
Here it is. Right. Just hold it right there. Sit down there. Don't you move. That was some really quick move there, lady. Thank you. 0195, Stoner. Requesting assistance. I'm at 800 River Avenue, professional building, suite 1500. No, all I need is one patrolman in a car. That's right. Whoa. You all right?
Thanks. And thank you for getting my message.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty clever of you. Second Beatles movie. It's a good thing there was a Beatles fan there, or I didn't know the name of it. Is this punk really a client of yours?
Yeah. I raised his bail, and I guess he thought I was one of those millionaire lawyers.
So you go out of your way to help him, and this is how he repays you, huh? Still feeling compassionate? Hey, come on. It's over. It's all right. It's all right.
Take care of your sweet tooth.
Oh, that looks fantastic.
I can't believe that one nut fudge sundae could make anybody look so happy. Or is it something else? Like maybe something to do with that phone call you made?
Oh, I know. You're pretty shrewd, Sid. Yeah, I just found out I was going to see Jody a little later.
I see. Listen, you mind if I sit down a minute? There's nobody screaming for service.
No, have a seat. You want some?
Oh, you kidding. I gained 5 pounds just making one of those things. Gavin, I wanted to talk to you about Bobby.
Yeah, where is Bobby tonight? I thought she was off on Saturdays.
Well, she called in sick this afternoon. Listen, Gavin, I guess you know by now that Bobby has got kind of a schoolgirl crush on you. Only she ain't exactly a schoolgirl.
Oh, come on, Sid. You know there's nothing going on there.
Well, maybe not for you, but the way she's walking around here in a daze, look, I try to kid her out of it, but nothing works.
You Sid, I didn't encourage her. I mean, I did invite her over to the studio just to watch some of the dance rehearsals, but that was just being friendly. I didn't mean to encourage her or...
Look, the way Bobby feels, if you even ask her for a glass of water, she's gonna think you're proposing marriage.
Yeah, but she knows about me and Jody. She's seen us together.
Yeah, sure. And she has seen Jody and Kelly McGrath sitting right here where we're sitting now.
Yeah, but that was over a long time ago.
Look, Bobby is really a good kid. She's just never had a decent break in her whole life. Now, I know it's not your fault. Just the same, it's going to be up to you to let her down easy. All I'm suggesting is that you do it as easy as possible. Can you do that?
Oh, sure, Sid. I'll try.
Good. I think I better give her a call and see how she's feeling. Hi, Bobby. It's Sid.
Oh, hi, Sid. Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, sure. We're doing all right without you. It's a slow night. How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel a little better. I just need a good night's sleep.
Yeah, well, listen, you take care of yourself, and if you don't feel well tomorrow, well, you can take another day off.
Oh, Sid, I'm not coming in tomorrow.
Well, that's okay. Look, I'd rather have you healthy than walk around.
I mean, I'm not coming in tomorrow or any other day. I'm sorry, but I'm leaving. I can't work at the tavern anymore.
Why not? Hey, I thought you were happy here.
Oh, I was. I mean, you've been terrific, and so is April.
Well, is it because April's gone? I mean, is that it?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's just something personal. I really can't talk about it.
Well, look, kid, you never minded talking to me about personal things before.
Yeah, I know, but I can't this time. I just can't, and I can't go back there.
Uh-oh. Gavin's picture's gone.
So wonderful to see you at this table again. It reminds me of old times.
Just don't overdo it, Jody.
I appreciate your concern, Scarlett, but I really feel much better.
Would you like some wine now, Mrs. Saxon?
No, thank you, Chrissy. I'm sure one sip would put me on the floor.
Actually, you're not missing all that much, Geraldine. I haven't had a chance to do much with the wine cellar.
Oh, I remember the old wine cellar. They say it was the finest in Monticello.
Oh, poor Gordon. It took him years to stock that cellar, and then his doctors forbade him to drink. Life is full of ironies.
I don't care what you say. This house is as much yours as it is ours.
Oh, that's nonsense, my dear. Of course this is your house. And I intend to leave you in peace just as soon as I regain my strength.
Raven?
Yes, Geraldine, we were going to ask you earlier, but we had appointments. Skylar and I want to know if you would like to live with us permanently.
You can't be serious.
We are. It would be wonderful for all of us. Except maybe you, because now you'll have to put up with 2 spoiled children.
Actually, Geraldine, it would be very kind of you to accept our offer.
Skylar, that's ridiculous. I couldn't possibly.
When I said it would be a blessing to have you with us, it would particularly be a blessing for Raven. She's here alone so much with me gone, and, well, you might act as a maternal instinct or type that would keep her from, I don't know, traveling off into outer space or something.
I'm very touched by your offer, but I...
Oh, please say you will, or at least say you'll think about it.
Of course, I'll think about it. It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you, Geraldine. We'd appreciate that.
I know you're going to say yes. I know you will. And I think that in order to celebrate, we should have something a little better than this wine. Chrissy, would you have Gunther bring a bottle of champagne?
Gunther isn't here, Mrs. Whitney.
That's right. He went to the dentist, didn't he?
Not even locked.
Gunther, what are you doing here?
Oh, my. This is what they mean by an unexpected pleasure.
Not for me, it isn't. I asked you what you were doing here, Gunther.
Now, don't get excited, Miss Travis. I didn't know you were going to be here tonight. I just dropped by to have a word or two with Mr. Wiley. Is he here?
No, but he'll be here any second.
Oh, well, then I'll wait if you don't mind.
You can wait outside if you don't mind. I'd rather not have your company, and I think you know why.
Now, listen, Miss Travis, this is my lucky day. See, I was hoping that we could have a couple of minutes alone together to talk about that little misunderstanding at the Whitney house.
I didn't misunderstand anything. Now get out!
Well, can't you say please?
Please.
Good. You see, I'm really sorry about what happened. And about that business in the car. I think you misunderstood me there, too. And, well, you see, I was just being friendly, and Mr. Whitney, he likes for me to be friendly with his employees. And me? I sure love to be friendly with cute little ladies.
All right, Gunther. I accept your apology. Satisfied? Now you can prove how sorry you are by leaving me alone.
No, I didn't come here to bother you, Miss Travis. I came here to bother your boyfriend.
What? What do you mean?
Nothing. Hey, look, you look real cute in that outfit. I'm really sorry that you're not going to be dancing for Mr. Whitney anymore. I was really looking forward to watching you dance in those cute little tights. But, that's not a bad outfit there. Say, what kind of material?
Didn't you hear what I said? I said Gavin is going to be here any second. And if he finds you here, there's just going to be trouble.
Oh, I like trouble, Miss Travis. You see, trouble and fun mean the same thing to me. Now, about that material...
Get away from me!
Boy, you're still just as unfriendly as ever, aren't you, Miss Travis? Oh, I know what it is. You think somebody's going to come along and interrupt us. Is that it? You think somebody's going to come walking in here and interrupt our little fun? Or maybe I should say trouble? Now that should take care of the interruptions. Now let's take care of the fun. I've been waiting for you.
Maybe you ought to tell me what you're doing in here, Gunther.
Who, me? No, I just dropped by to say hello.
Well, yeah? It's not what Jody said.
Oh, that's right. She invited me. That's who I came to see.
You're a liar.
Oh, yeah? Did you ask her? Huh? See, she called the Whitney house. And she asked me to come down to the studio. See, I thought I might take her out for a little dinner, and then we might find a place where we can be alone. You know how it is.
Yeah, I know how it is. You're quite a comedian, Gunther. Let's find out if the cops think you're as funny.
What do the cops got to do with this?
The cops are going to have a lot to do with you when you're booked for attempted rape, among other things. You see, this time, Jody's not going to back off. This time, she's going to press those charges. You're going to jail, Gunther.
Oh, yeah? What's this, a citizen's arrest?
No. I think I'll let the cops earn their money.
Hey, that's not working.
Sounds okay to me.
It's broken, see? Now, let's talk this over like gentlemen. You don't believe me, do you? You think I'm just kidding about how Jody likes me? Well, that just shows how dumb you are. You remember that little car ride Jody and me went on? Well, guess whose idea that was?
I know whose idea it was. You told Jody that Sky asked you to pick her up.
Wrong. She asked me. Only I think she wanted more than a lift. I think she wanted a little thrill, like tonight.
I don't think so. But you're gonna have a thrill, Gunther. You're gonna find out how exciting it is to be the center of attention down at police headquarters, although you've probably been there before if I'm any judge of character.
You still insist on calling the police, huh? Despite the embarrassment it's gonna cause for your little lady friend?
Yeah, I thought I would. Now that you've broken my phone, I guess I have to go down to the corner and call.
Now, wait, you don't want to do that. Then they're gonna drag little Jody down there and they're gonna make her tell how she's been calling me all the time, begging me for a date, begging me to take her out. You want to call the police? I'll give you a dime. Only, well, it's a quarter. Is that okay?
Thanks, I got my own dime.
Where are you going, Sonny? I was just beginning to enjoy this.
You know, Gunther, I'm not so sure jail's where you are gonna wind up. The way you're acting right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a padded cell.
Is that right?
Yeah, maybe they can help you. Maybe they can give you shock treatment, put electrodes over that head.
Shock treatments. That's just what I had in mind for you, Wiley. That's why I hung around here. You know, but
keep your distance, Gunther.
Well, what's the matter, Wiley? You afraid of me? You know what? I bet you just shake in those little toe shoes of yours every time you look at me.
I get sick when I look at you.
Well, you better be scared of me, buddy. Because you may be right. I may be just mad as a hatter. Yeah, I'm hearing all kinds of noises like the sweet sound of breaking bones.
I want you, Gunther. I want both you and your boss.
Boss? Hey, listen, buddy, I don't have a boss. Nobody tells me what to do anymore. The last time I broke your leg, it was for Skylar Whitney, but this time it's going to be for me, Gunther S. Wagner, and it's going to be a pleasure.
If anybody's going to get hurt tonight, it's going to be you, Gunther.
You know, the last time I broke your leg, there was nothing to that. Oh, you couldn't dance anymore, but you could still walk. But this time, baby, I'm going to put you in a wheelchair for life.
I warned you what I was going to do, Gunther.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. You said you were armed.
Get back! You take one more step. It'll be your last.
Well, it really is a shame that Mrs. Goodman can't stay on the job. Adam adores her. She's more like his grandma than a hired helper.
Well, we gotta be practical. I mean, one of the reasons that we thought it was such a good idea to have the penthouse is that we could hire somebody to live in.
Yes, it does make more sense than to hire a babysitter every time we go out with our busy schedule.
We need somebody permanent. We really do, just like April and Draper.
Yes, and Mrs. Goodman is just too darn attached to her own home.
Well, I can't blame her for that. I am, too.
You haven't even lived there yet.
Home is where you and Adam are. Be it ever so humble. Not that you can call a penthouse humble.
Is everything okay here, folks?
Oh, it's wonderful, Sid. Your kitchen's better than ever.
Well, it's the same old kitchen, just a new chef. Got me one of them kids straight out of culinary school, and what a whiz.
Well, I thought you did the cooking here.
Every now and then, just so long as it's down home country style.
Jody!
Hey, wait a minute. Jody? What's the matter? Come on back.
Nothing,
What's the matter? You okay?
I don't know you're going to be here tonight.
Are you all right?
Fine. I'm just waiting for Gavin, that's all.
I thought you were going to meet him at the studio.
Yes, yeah,
What's the matter here? What's happened to your dress?
Nothing.
Jody?
Please don't ask me any questions.
So are you going to tell me what's going on? What is it?
Moss, there's been some trouble, and I think Gavin is in a lot of danger.
All right, come on. Sid, is there someplace private we could talk?
Sure. Right in my little office, right in.
Get yourself together, Jody, and tell us what happened. Now, did you meet Gavin?
No. I met Gunther.
Oh, Gunther! Oh, no, not again.
How'd you tear your dress, honey?
It was him, wasn't it? All right, this is the limit. That man is going to jail, and you are not going to let him get away with this again, Jody.
Oh, Jody, what about Gavin? Now, where is he?
Gavin went to the studio. He went to see if Gunther's there. No, wait. Listen, he wants to do this on his own, okay? He said if he found Gunther there, he was just going to call the police. Please don't leave me.
Well, if you'd asked me, I would have suggested going to the nearest neighborhood tavern and getting you a good, stiff drink.
Coffee's fine, thanks.
Yeah, well, you don't look much calmer than you look when they came to take your client away.
Calvin, you must know how grateful I am for what you did tonight. Thank you.
Well, come on, you can do better than that. I mean, you can say, Calvin Stoner, you are the bravest, most remarkable man in the entire world.
Calvin Stoner, you are the bravest, most remarkable man in the entire world.
Well, now, very good. Let's go on. And if I ever did anything to offend you in the past, if I was ever very, very nasty to you, I want you to know how mistaken I was. Come on.
I'm too tired to say all that, Calvin.
It's okay. It's just the thought that counts. Anyway, I didn't do anything. I just jumped in and put the handcuffs on him. You were the one who was quick thinking in this whole case, the way you disarmed him, and that was some really clever work you did getting that message to me over the phone.
You know, I really don't even know how I thought of that. When I heard your voice on the phone, I just wanted to yell help. But I don't think that Marcus would have appreciated that.
No, you'd probably be wearing a second smile right under your chin right now.
Don't even say that, Calvin. You know, I don't think that Marcus would really have used that knife anyway. He's really just a boy, Calvin.
Well, I think it's lucky for you that that boy didn't figure out the second Beatle movie was titled Help.
You know, I always was a very big Beatles fan. Now I'm an even bigger Beatles fan.
Well, I didn't get it. I mean, I didn't figure out if it wasn't for Sid over at Sid's Tavern. When I heard the word help, I finally realized it was time to come running.
I'm glad you did.
Dee Dee, I think I owe you an apology.
For what? Saving my life? There's no apology necessary.
You know what I mean.
No, I don't. Tell me.
I'm talking about that kiss I sprang on you back there.
Kiss is just a kiss?
Yes, and a sigh is just a sigh. No, I didn't want you to think that I thought that I had any special privileges just for doing my job.
Oh, you were doing your job, just doing your duty, being a good cop.
Now, come on, you know, that's not what I meant either.
Forget about it, Calvin. I was doing my share of the kissing, too. It was only natural. It's something that happens between two people when a person is grateful.
Oh, I see. It was gratitude, huh? Just that and nothing more.
Speaking of which, I am also very grateful that you never said it once.
Said what?
I told you so. I was waiting for you to say, Miss Bannister, have you now finally learned your lesson? Do you now realize what it is to be too compassionate towards your client?
Well, I didn't think it was necessary. I mean, after what happened today, I'm sure you understand that they're just some punks who aren't worth saving.
Oh, no. There is no one who is not worth saving, Calvin. I know a preacher back home who would definitely argue that
Dee, now, that's not what I meant either. I just mean all this compassion. There are people who you can't help no matter how hard you try.
I know I really failed as far as Marcus is concerned. I thought if only I were nice to him, by getting bail for him, he would realize that the whole world wasn't against him.
Well, now you know better. I think Marcus is definitely the wrong client.
No, there are no wrong clients. But he has made it difficult for me to help him now.
Help him?
That's what I said.
You mean to tell me that you still insist on representing this guy as his lawyer?
Calvin, I am his lawyer. And I'm going to see him the first thing in the morning.
I don't believe what I am hearing. Not after what that kid just tried to do to you.
Calvin, I don't know if he'll still even want me on his case.
Baby, you are his case now. They're going to add another charge. He didn't just try to assault an old woman. He tried to assault a rather attractive young one.
That's only if I prefer charges.
Oh, come on. You mean you're thinking you might not?
Calvin, I don't know. I just don't know what's best for him.
But what about what is best for you? What about what is best for the rest of society? Damn it, Dee, that kid is a menace.
Calvin, that kid is a kid. He is not a hardened criminal, and I really don't think that he meant to hurt that woman.
Oh, sure. All he wanted to do was rob her, right?
Yes, of course, and I know that...
What about what just happened to you not half an hour ago in your office? I suppose you don't think he intended to hurt you either, is that it?
He wouldn't have hurt me if I'd had any money. Calvin, look, don't make me defend that little monster.
Well, it's nice to know that you don't see him as some kind of an angel.
No, of course I don't.